Welcome back to Wealth Protector TV. I'm Craig Strom. I am a paralegal here at the law firm. I'm also a certified financial planner. One of the most critical parts of estate plans is the guardianship provision for minor children. It's also extremely important to have plans for adult children who may have special needs. Let me go through an example. In this case, let's say we have a son or daughter with Down syndrome and they're receiving government assistance benefits. And that's very common in situations where a son or daughter has a medical condition whereby they will not be able to fully function going to work and so on and so forth, where government assistance programs are perfectly situated to get in there and help financially. So if they're in this case where the child is receiving government assistance, and they inherit a large amount of money, let's say from mom or dad passing away or grandparents. I've seen this happen before, where an inheritance comes through a grandparent. That inheritance, if it comes directly to that grandson or granddaughter, son or daughter, could actually have the unexpected consequence of canceling their state or government assistance program. If they all of a sudden have a large amount of money in a bank account, they may no longer qualify for government benefits. And now that money that was inherited might end up being consumed very quickly and be completely contrary to the wishes or hopes of mom and dad or grandma and grandpa. Now, the same type of planning can be used for minor children. If a grandparent passes away and leaves $200,000 in the form of a property, a piece of real estate, to a 12-year-old granddaughter, well, that could cause all kinds of legal and financial challenges. Instead, the proceeds could actually be placed into a children's trust. So that's a key piece there, that if you have an estate plan done right, those proceeds could actually be transferred into a children's trust, or in the case of a special needs son or daughter, the money could be transferred into a special needs trust for an adult child. When the money is held inside a special needs trust or a children's trust, there is a big important thing that comes with that is creditor protection. When you look at this and you realize, wow, a son or daughter receives a large amount of money from grandma or grandpa or mom and dad passing away, well, what could be worse than receiving that money and then perhaps having a creditor trying to come and take that money back from that child? So when you have a estate plan that includes special needs provisions and that includes children's trust provisions, for example, the money that is allocated into that children's trust or that special needs trust is for the health, education, maintenance, and support of that son or daughter, adult or underage, under 18. However, it is not for the creditors. It's very difficult for a creditor to go in and attack a special needs trust or a children's trust. If you have questions about this, feel free to send us an email. Click on a comment down below. If you saw this on YouTube, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. Click that subscribe button and the little bell next to it so that you can stay on top of all the updates here from Wealth Protector TV. Thank you so much for joining us. Hey, check your estate plan. Make sure that you've got those guardianship provisions built in and special needs provisions if they're needed. Take care. Talk to you soon.